Hang on, an error occurred. Hello, and welcome to our ADHD Empowerment Month Daily LinkedIn Lives. I'm Stephanie. I'm the founder of the ADHD Advocate. And today we have a special guest, not actually within the ADHD Advocate, but Dhiren, welcome. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello. Yeah. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, everyone. Yeah. And it's a delight and a pleasure to be here. And so very briefly, I founded quite a few AI companies. At the moment, I'm the founder of cliniclogos.ai, using AI to actually help parents of and children who are autistic and parents of autistic children in India.
Fantastic, yeah. And that's why he's just the person to speak to about AI and ADHD and autism. As we know, ADHD and autism, very much cousins, very much come together in a lot of cases. Definitely at the ADHD Advocate, we coach, I would say about half of our ADHDers have got autism as well. So yes, we're very well versed in ADHD too. So it's a pleasure. So today, yeah, it's a special treat, guys. Okay, now look, I know this is a controversial topic for many ADHDers. I know this, personally, but definitely with coaching certain clients I have, it's quite a journey. Quite often they begin very much, I am not using AI. I don't want to touch it. The robots are going to take over. I fundamentally on principle disagree with this. I'm not going to, buy into it because ADHD is a very value driven Dhiren. And they kind of see things like this as cheating and not authentic. Another thing that ADHD is, really kind of prize that authenticity and human nature, not some robot, doing this thing for me or yeah. And so for some ADHDers, yeah, it's not AI's thing that I want to go to.
Well, hopefully. I mean, I know you said this to me earlier before we were chatting about the ADHDers. Quite a few maybe see this as cheating, and I hope to show that it's it is a tool. It is a tool, just in the same way is using a calculator cheating because you're not using mental arithmetic. Is using Google Maps cheating because you're not using the A to Z. I don't know how many of you remember the A to Z.
Oh gosh, a
oh
nightmare.
my God. Yeah. Oh wow, the number of arguments that would take place amongst family members on that. So is it cheating? Well, no. But it's a tool, and I'm hoping that in this session, as we interact, you'll be able to demonstrate how you can really personalize it to make it work for you and make it quite personal. I think it is fair to say that there is this we don't want to be living in the world of Terminator or all of those other dystopic movie scenes, but I hope to show that it doesn't it doesn't need to be like that, and actually you can use it in a way that's really demonstrates and shows you and your personality, and it's not something that is kind of like without any personality or completely robotic, hopefully.
Yeah. So it very much, doesn't it, depend on, your comfort zone, and you can just take it as far as your comfort zone allows, but by kind of rejecting it outright, definitely from what I've seen, both personally and experienced, both personally with my clients that have tried out AI, we're doing ourselves a huge kind of disservice. And actually, in terms of ADHD being a disability, kind of exacerbating and not really helping ourselves in terms of some of the disabling elements of ADHD if we don't use it, because it can massively it can be such a powerful body double. In fact, I'd go so far to say that kind of ADHDs don't kill me, some of you, AI is the ultimate body double. And so today, it's in so many ways, and like in all the ways that the body double helps ADHD, AI, like as a sense checker. I mean, we'll obviously go through this further, But yeah, it can massively kind of help ADHDers, for instance, that don't kind of look ahead, to be able to anticipate things by, asking the right questions or planning everything. So let's get started on our presentation. And what's going to be exciting, guys, we're going to make this like practical, and we'd love for you to also try out some of the stuff we're going to do and show you and have a play. Get curious. If you're a bit scared, right, approach this with curiosity and fun, love of learning, which us ADHDers have, right? Let's give it a go. So I think I'm just going to hide this because we can't see the presentation. But yeah, these are just some of the challenges that AI addresses. Definitely for some ADHDers that can't roadmap, that very much are in the now versus not now and don't think ahead. AI can really help provide that bigger picture. And then in terms of even for those ADHDers that can roadmap, to their destination, those ADHDers find it difficult to break down, the actual steps and take people along the journey to their destination. AI can do that for them too, in terms of kind of reverse engineer, there's the destination, these are the steps to get to it. It's fantastic. And it really helps reduce the time it takes to do these things, and will help avoid some pretty disastrous consequences my type of ADHD, gets into when we don't anticipate. The other thing ADHD AI acts as like a virtual body double in terms of like motivation and stimulation. Now, there are things like character AI, and I was introduced to that, actually. It was my daughter. I just heard her talking. I heard her she was talking to like this character. I'm like, what is she doing? And then she still had this thing running when she was talking to me, and she wasn't talking to me in a very nice way. And this AI character was like, Eva, don't talk to your mom like that. And I'm like, oh,
wow,
talking to. I like this person, Yeah. Okay, let me just delete this. Yeah. And so, yeah, 1 second. I just called emergency services, which I did not intend to do. Where's AI when you need it to like manage these things? Apologies. Yes. So I was just saying, yeah. So anyway, so she was, I heard this AI basically telling my daughter, don't talk to your mom like that. And I'm like, oh, can I talk to this person? I like this person. I need one of these body doubles, that, reminds me, set boundaries. Yeah, don't accept that. Set a high standard, Stephanie. And, and it was like I had a little ally in my corner, Yeah, Eva. Yeah, you shouldn't talk like that. Have some respect. And that body doubling, that sense of body doubling is really very empowering for us too. Also, RSD, rejection sensitivity. A lot of ADHD, yeah, we struggle to ask for help, right? And AI as a body double that doesn't judge, right? I mean, we're free to ask whatever we want, whatever stupid questions, whatever stupid thoughts we have about certain answers or questions, we can let it all out, And so whereas we might not be able to ask for help and get support in other situations from people, ADHD is more able to do this, reach out in terms of AI, asking the questions and getting the help they wouldn't have got otherwise. Yeah, would you find that, Dhiren?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that sometimes, I use AI to actually learn things, and I was dabbling in learning about quantum physics and quantum computing, and sometimes it comes up with a response, and I say, I'm sorry, I don't really understand that. Maybe I'm feeling a bit stupid today. Can you explain it in another way that I can understand it? And that's what I actually typed that in like that, and it says, oh, not to worry, Dhiren, and then it says, okay, let me try again, and then so it just keeps going. But it's incredibly it's really patient, and it will just keep going. It will just keep trying to explain things in different ways. Whereas I get fed up really quickly. So, but it's really incredibly good.
No, that you make a really good point there, Dhiren, as well. You're right. ADHD is, yeah, okay. So we may ask the question and get an answer, but then we feel, okay, that was the answer, and I should now know what to do, and I will not ask any clarifying questions. Then they go off and they haven't understood it, and they've spent all this time, wasted their time because they didn't actually understand what the answer was, because they didn't ask clarifying questions. So it's exactly as you said, Dhiren.
Yeah, you can keep going, and it will never get annoyed with you. I mean,
That's a big one too. You'll never get annoyed.
Illustrate this in an example that we can do, just to show exactly how it is. And so and exactly, it's really easy to talk to. So
that is because I mean, I'm sure ADHDers out there, you resonate with this, but we are verbal processors. Like ADHD coaching, for instance. What's great about one part that's great about coaching, it gives you this space to verbally process. You can get it all out. When you try and do that with, say, your boyfriend, your husband, maybe your boss at work, as you said, Dhiren, it can get annoying. They can only take so much of us.
They can only take so much. Yes,
exactly. So with AI, you can shift that burden, and so it's going to improve relationships. It might save your marriage. No, I'm not joking either, honestly.
No.
From what I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you get really frustrated, you can say, oh, this really happened. This happened. I got really frustrated because so and so did this, so and so did that. You can actually type that in, and it will start counseling you. I mean, so
yeah. And obviously, and we'll talk about, obviously, we're not saying that AI is foolproof, completely 100% accurate, and there's nothing to be, concerned about or aware of. We're not saying that at all. At the moment, we're just looking at how AI can address some of these challenges. But then Dhiren will helpfully tell us how to do this, kind of safely, or what we need to do in order to make sure that not led down the garden path for whatever reason. But there are definitely limitations. But in terms of use,
And I guess it does come back to the point about, is this cheating? If you don't critically read what the AI is telling you, then you are really doing yourself a disservice. And we'll see it in a bit. An example is that you've got to constantly check what it's saying, and so if you just kind of blindly follow it, then you probably shouldn't be using it. So exactly. That's really the main thing. And the whole point is it's a kind of like a scratch pad. It's like a friend that you'd ask their opinion for.
Body double.
But ultimately, the body double, but ultimately you will make your own, and you should be making your own decision, and not necessarily do anything and everything that that it tells you, which is how you normally behave. And that's really the main thing. It's not omniscient. AI is not omniscient. It really isn't, and it's a long way from being that.
Which should be comforting to those ADHDers that don't trust it, that and don't want to give away their.
No, they can't. It isn't. It really gives the impression that it knows everything. I mean, some of you must know people who are very good at quizzes, and you think, wow, they really know a lot, but actually they know certain things about certain things, which often come up in quizzes, but there are lots of other things that they don't know about.
Yeah, and it'd be good actually for you to explain, because I think, and I know we've talked about this before, but and we're going to talk about like ChatGPT and the platforms, but also, where is this information coming from? Where are these platforms drawing their answers from? Because it is partly, it's what people are putting in, isn't it? And obviously they're looking at websites. But how do we know that those websites are reliable? And I guess that's part of discussing the limitations.
So well, I can make a comment on it now, or
just quickly now would be important.
So basically, ChatGPT and other large language models, which are all known as generative AI, the best way of understanding them is that they're a really sophisticated librarian. Okay. Now, back in the day when people used to go to libraries, is that you'd get an index card, right? So, there's a particular topic, and then it will have a number of entries and say, oh, you should maybe read this book, this chapter, this book, that chapter in this book. And so typically index card will have maybe 4 or 5 things on a particular topic. In ChatGPT and the other large language model, the index card is 4,096. It's got 4,096 items on it, on that index card. And what ChatGPT does, a librarian, is first of all, it creates the index cards based on all the books that are in their library. And so, you know, you need to know kind of what books are in their library. So it can only index things that are in their library. And so you'll see sometimes we're gonna basically prompt the 3 different generative AI models, and we're going to prompt it using the same prompt, and it will come up with different things because it's using slightly different books. Okay, so that's the first thing. And they may have a book that's not terribly accurate. All right. So and so you got to know. Okay, that's one thing. The second thing is that it is very good at indexing. So what it does is it finds, you put a topic in, it basically breaks down what you said into kind of subtopics, and then it starts looking for the best references for the words that you put in. And so it looks at the index card, takes one, and the index card goes to a specific book, a specific chapter, a specific set of words, and then it spews them out back to you. And then it looks at the next topic and then does it the same thing, and just doing it very fast. So it's a really, really rapid librarian retrieval service. But it's a librarian, and librarians are only good as the set of books that they're on and how good their index cards are. So each language model has, you know, sometimes some index cards are better at certain things and certain topics. Some libraries have got a lot of books on history. Some have a lot of book on Renaissance art. You know, so depending on, you know, what and you'll find as you start using this is that there are some who got quite dodgy references and others who are really quite good. So
yeah, that's so true. That's so true. And actually, it's exactly kind of what you said there in terms of, should not be, this is, you know, the authority, you know, this is, I'm blindly going to just put this as the truth. It is more of that body double. Like ADHDers, for instance, you know, when they go to write something, so they're given a topic or write something about this, quite often, you know, the blank page, nothing kind of freezes. There's so much choice. Us ADHDers, you know, we're already overwhelmed, you know, with everything in our head. And writing is the most cognitively demanding task because of the sheer number of decisions, you know, that you need to make. You know, do I leave this out? I mean, there's so many pathways, right? And what AI is great for is that it can very quickly provide that menu. You know, we're much better at being given a menu and going, oh, yeah, this, you know, not that, yeah, not that. Process of elimination, yeah, this is it. You know, it gives us that to be able to go, no, that's not what I want to say yet. This is what I want to say. And then we can get started. So AI massively helps us overcome that first step, that kind of getting started, because it can give us a menu. It's massive in that respect. And then also just kind of, another thing we're not very good at is like being succinct and kind of summarizing something. So for instance, I have to give talks sometimes, and you know, you've got to give the heading of the presentation, and finding words for us ADHDs as well. We have finding the right words. Again, so much choice, and it could take days just to come up with like a heading, and then by that time you may have missed the opportunity to give that talk, for instance, because you've taken too long. And so, you know,
I'm just thinking, Stephanie, where it's maybe we should dive into an example.
Let's dive into an example.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. This is where AI can help set boundaries, which would be good. But it is really just showing you how massively important this is. So we're going to do road mapping with AI. So we're going to show you. So Dhiren's going to step us through. I'm going to just remove this now, but we're going to step through an example, aren't we, Dhiren? That's what we're doing now.
We are.
Okay. So we're going to use ChatGPT, Gemini, I think, and Claude.
We're going to use this ChatGPT here. Gemini is developed by Google. ChatGPT is developed by a company called OpenAI, but Microsoft has a big stake in OpenAI. And the third one is something called Claude, CLAUDE, and that is developed by a organization called Anthropic.
Right. I mean, most of us know ChatGPT, probably, I would say. ChatGPT seems to be the most kind of popular and used one from what I know. But yeah, you're going to show now, for instance, how these things can help us with planning.
Yeah,
struggle with.
So have you got an example for us to, is there something that you're planning, Stephanie, that you'd like to see? You know, how would we use AI for that? But is there anything you're planning?
Yes, there is actually. So we actually recently won the ADHD Empowerment Champions of the Year award from SME News. And we also acquired a physical office for the first time in nearly 7 years. So we're really excited. And we want to like have a launch party for our referral partners and clients on the 23rd of November, I think it was. So, you know, we want it to have a bit of a speakeasy theme, you know. Yeah, so I guess it's like a plan from now. What do I need to do? Yeah.
On 23rd November, yeah?
Yeah, so I guess I'd be looking for like a week by week plan from now until the 23rd of November to take me to, you know, to being in a position on the 23rd of November to have this party, I guess. So now if I was to try and do this without AI, probably wouldn't happen. And definitely probably a few days before the party, that's when I would be trying to get this together, because it's really hard for us ADHDers to, again, because we're time blind, you know, and kind of breaking things down and the order. It's really hard to do this. But let's see what AI can do.
Yeah, so the first thing is, I want you to all notice is that I basically tried to put it exactly as Stephanie described it. And so it's really important that, you know, imagine that you're just talking to your bestie, your body double, and just write what you say to them with all of your idiosyncrasies. I said I would like a week by week, blow by blow plan of what to do from now until 23rd November. That's more or less Stephanie's words. So I'm going to basically copy this here, and I'm going to use the same prompt. And so first of all, we're going to put it into ChatGPT, and let's see what happens.
That sounds exciting. Oh, it's a great way to say, oh, so I like that validation and that encouragement to get me starting to plan. Nice. Oh, look, and then, wow. There is literally each week. It's got like things that I need to do.
So it's got it's got two things each week, and then a little bit of a description. Okay, so let's put it in same thing into Claude. So I'm just pasting it in, and
it's not as encouraging, Claude. I found ChatGPT was a bit more of a friendlier, encouraging body double that was sharing in my excitement. This one is a little bit more, let's get to business.
It is, and of course, it's now got 4 tasks for every week, which you know, which might be a bit too well. Whereas this is a little bit more like, oh, okay, a bit more doable.
Yeah,
and then Gemini.
Bold, you know, you got you've got the headline ones in bold. This just like kind of, you know, for each week.
Yeah, this is very Achtung schnell, as I like to say. So, but okay, and now Gemini.
Let's have a look. Doesn't even give me the yeah, exciting. So Gemini goes straight into it.
It does. No, it does have, you know, it's very detailed, Gemini, as you'll see. It's got, it's calling each one's foundations and brainstorming, venue and logistics, invitations and communication. So, but, you know, and
notes. It gives you this, actually, this is different too. Look, Gemini at the end gives you some important notes as well. Be prepared to adjust your plan. Unexpected things can happen. Don't try to do everything yourself. Rely on your team. That's a good one. That's a delegate. Very important. We'll be talking about that later in the month. Remember to have fun and celebrate this moment. I like the important notes that Gemini's blended a little bit, even though it didn't give us that little thing at the beginning, encouragement. It's given us important notes, and it's given us a little bit at the end. You know, hope you organize a successful office launch party. Okay. No, what if, I mean, in a way, for someone like me, my type of ADHD that doesn't roadmap naturally, looking at all this, I'm like, I don't know if I want to party anymore. There's a lot to do. Like I wouldn't
So-
have, because my brain doesn't set
So
like.
there's a way around it, Stephanie. You say I have ADHD, and so a plan like this can be a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
Can you please make this ADHD friendly for me? Thank you. I'm always very polite when I'm talking to these.
I won't ask you why. I won't ask you why, Dhiren. I don't think ADHDers like that answer, so let's not go there.
All right, there you go. There you go. All right.
So this is Gemini.
Yeah, this is Gemini.
You're absolutely right. A big list like that can feel overwhelming. Again, that validation as an ADHDer, they're breaking it down. Oh, with strategies to keep you focused and motivated. Overall approach. Big picture fun, venue and vibe. Food and fun. Invite and delegate.
It's changed the headlines, right? So we had big picture fun first time, and the first time we had foundations and brainstorming.
Venue.
So now we have big picture fun.
So it's a little bit more enticing. Vision. Oh, look, actually here. Was there a vision board recommended in the first part? Sorry, go back up to week 1 here. Look what it says, vision board instead of, oh, no. So yeah. Have a look.
It said define objectives, brainstorm themes.
Wow. So it just like, you know, and for ADHDers, right, the vision board is such a, you know, massive tool because, you know, insight and in mind, and, you know, we need to be able to see, you know, the more tangible something is, the more we feel we can, you know, engage with it.
It definitely seems to have captured some of the things, and it has reduced the number of things to do from 5 to 2.
That's true.
And you know, it's got that. So let's see what Claude does.
Okay, let's have a look. Interesting. It's amazing. I mean, how quickly it can just set the stuff out, but then adapt it to make it, you know, more engaging. So hang on. Oh, what's that?
I don't know
what that's it's supposed to look like that. I think Claude has had a breakdown. Hang on.
Oh, it's created some code because I was doing some coding earlier. Right. So hang on. Let's see. Week by pound.
Yeah, no, don't
no content added. No, this is really definitely not.
Not ADHD friendly. Maybe for the coding ADHDers, maybe very much. But
this is not very friendly. Added emojis. Sorry, Claude. That was unhelpful. Please make it fun and easy to understand.
Right, so Claude needs a few more kind of
and not make it. Let's see. I mean, you know, so I mean, you can see. Oh, there we go.
Let's make this fun, easy.
Oh, it's apologized, right?
Oh, you're super fun. Office launch party plan, blast off, spread the excitement. Oh wow! So there's more pictures. You know, it's got like blast off time, spread the excitement. See who's coming. Arrange for dance off anyone. Yeah, it's a lot more kind of, you know, encouraging, exciting. Don't forget the snacks.
And look, more importantly is that, you know, there's no, if you'll see here is that I basically said I wasn't kind of holding back when I said that was unhelpful. Please make it fun. You know, you can. AI has got no feelings. It actually has no feelings whatsoever.
That's another plus for ADHDers.
Yeah, so you can just say, look, that was really unhelpful. and you know, make it fun and easy to understand. So it basically completely changed it. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say.
So you can be blunt, guys. Like the usual ADHD bluntness can now be an asset, right? And
Yes,
not
yes, oh, very much so, very much so. Yeah,
it's actually good, you know, with AI when you're doing these prompts. Be blunt. Just be, you know, let it all out. Just be yourself. Which is amazing. No masking required, guys, when you're doing AI. No masking. In fact, masking will go against you doing AI.
I'm not sure ChatGPT really improved it very much. Simplified weekly plan. The other one was quite. It looks more or less the same.
Can I have a look? Hang on.
So look, you'll see here. I mean, it's now got confirm everything is on okay.
I like the whole main goal thing, though. You know.
Oh, you do? Okay, all right.
Because
So I think
in it, yeah, it's important.
Yeah, before, yeah, it didn't have that. It didn't have that. Yes. Okay. So it's got the main goal.
The main thing, yeah. Because in coaching, right, us ADHDers, I always say to people, don't make the method the goal. We get stuck in the method and forget the why, the goal. So I like that they've made the main thing there, keeping the eye on the why. So that could be helpful for sure.
Let's see what it does. Can you make more fun and visual, please? So let's ask ChatGPT for that.
All right, so it can put the pictures in as well, but you have to ask it to do that, though, huh?
Yeah, yeah. In this case, yeah, yeah. Right, and you can see each one's approaching it very differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you could make this. Now there's a you know, Stephanie and I did give this a go earlier on, and something unusual happened. And actually, then Stephanie, shall we try the quest? Shall we try a quest?
Yeah. Which one? What? Like
what shall we do it? No, I tell you what we can do. You know, apologies if we can do it in the theme of we did Lord of the Rings, we did Elven Scrolls. We could also do it as Disney princess.
Disney princess,
in the
yeah,
Disney princess theme.
Yeah. Now, and the reason, just some context around that. So, yeah, why this is important, and particularly when we're coaching young people, as we know, particularly with autism and ADHD, we're hotwired for interest, and so quite often with our ADHDers, the young people, we have to kind of frame everything in terms of something they're really interested in, and a lot of the young people love gaming. And so, you know, I've got clients that love Elden Ring. They're always playing video games, and sometimes we literally have to do the coaching around the playing. So what Dhiren's saying is that, like, how about we turn this kind of what would already be kind of like a plan, that's like event management plan type thing, but let's kind of reframe it and make it like a quest.
Yeah. So I'll put
the game.
Can you recreate the above plan using the theme of Disney Princess? I don't know what's going to come, what's going to happen now. So
yeah, we definitely did not use Disney princesses. We used Lord of the Rings, which was for probably most.
So you see here, as Cinderella, week 1, you're Cinderella. Set your magical goals and royal treasury limits.
I love it.
Week 2, you're Snow White. Gather your team of dwarfs and start the royal guest scroll.
I love that.
Then your Rapunzel in 3. Set out your lanterns, invitations. Then Tiana. I don't know who Tiana is actually. I don't. So arrange for the. And then Jasmine. Jasmine, I think it's Aladdin. Plan your palace decorations and magic carpet rides. Belle. I think this is Beauty and the Beast. Conform, all preparations are just right. Ariel, final undersea
safety measures.
Aurora, prepare the castle for a grand ball.
Yeah, so it's making it again more compelling, more interesting. Can you actually do this? A lot of our young ADHDers love Fortnite. You know the game Fortnite. Let's do this.
Okay. Well, let's do that with in Claude.
Okay.
No, that's not the one. Let me just go back to this and copy the.
The theme of Fortnite, and be good. And anyone that has kids that play Fortnite, they can, we can get them to sense check.
And is Fortnite just like that?
Sorry.
Fortnite.
It's Fortnite TE, NITE, Fortnite. Yeah. Okay,
All
try
right.
that.
All right. Okay.
Let's see what it comes up with. Yeah, Battle Royale. I know that's a thing. Battle Bus Departure. Recruit your squad. V-Bucks, that's true. Choose your landing zone. Actually, because I have played Fortnite.
Yeah, so I have no idea whether any of this is relevant. Is I don't know whether it's sound the storm horn building phase.
The storm is closing in. I do remember the storm because my kids were yelling at me saying, "Mom, stop running into the storm. Mom, stop running into the storm."
Oh,
What? I can't maneuver this thing. So I think and the forts, and you can construct forts. This is pretty Victory Royale, and I've heard of this. I think is pretty accurate, actually, Dhiren. But guys,
and
let us know if this is on.
Let me just. I know that Claude can do this. The other ones can't do this. Can you generate a project plan based on the above in Mermaid? So there's this is a bit specific, but it will now.
You lost me now, Dhiren. You lost me.
Yeah, it's now generating a project plan. There,
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
and if I take this, and there's something called Lucid Chart.
It's good for mind mapping. I remember someone talking about Lucid.
Yeah. And it has this generate new Lucid Chart, and in this one, a lot of these now things have AI as well. So it will now. I can just put the code in here that Claude generated.
Wow.
And there we go.
It's amazing. So like proper projects. So again, rather than planning parties, like you can actually you can use these tools to actually plan like proper projects for your business, like Gantt charts, isn't it? This is kind of
Yeah, this is a Gantt chart, and so it's basically got all of the things in there. And one final one, because I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. Let's see what Gemini does. Can you do you redo the above plan in the style of Lord of the Rings? So I'm putting this in Gemini.
So you seek to hold a feast worthy of the Shire. A celebration to mark the day. I love this. It's great, isn't it? Even the smallest
Council of the Ring. I love this.
I love it. Yeah, this is awesome. Was this Gemini?
This is Gemini. Yeah. I mean, each one is slightly different prompt, but I mean, I think the main thing is for what we wanted to try and show people is that each one's got its own kind of really quirkiness. Each of these chats got its own quirkiness. Each has got its own particular style. Some of these are better at doing one thing than another, and you can also personalize. There are paid versions which you can personalize, and
I can put your own tone in, can't you? Like, so say you're responding to emails and you want AI
yes,
assistants to respond. You can train it to respond in your voice. Is that right? Like
yes, you can. Yeah, and you know, I mean, I've
yeah. Don't give away all the secrets, Dhiren. Don't give away all the secrets.
I mean, for example, right, is the bins weren't being collected, right? So we'll use which one shall I use? Which one do you want me to use? Chat GPT.
I always go chat. At the moment I'm only using Chat GPT, but I want.
Okay, so let's use Chat GPT. So it says, can you draft an email to the local council as I want to complain
Oh God.
about the
ADHD.
bins not being collected.
Yeah.
I want to communicate that I'm quite upset, but at the same time, I don't want to be rude.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Good prompt.
I'm thinking that's more used, definitely. I don't know, but there we go.
That I don't want to be rude. Why would you
There
leave
you
that
go.
last part out, Dhiren? You wouldn't have that
Oh,
last part,
all right, okay, right.
would you? I don't know. It's amazing, isn't it?
There you go. Look, this is
Yeah.
not only inconvenient, but leading to unsanitary conditions that may trap pests and create health hazards for the residents. Such
Amazing.
occurrences undermine the cleanliness and welfare of our community concerns that I'm certain are shared by the council. That's very nice, isn't it?
I understand delays can happen, you know, so you're coming across as measured. Again, sometimes ADHDs can be a bit blinded and one-sided. So this can make us more balanced. We appear to be more balanced and have more perspective and be, you know, reasonable. It's amazing. I think, yeah, this particular function, being able to, you know, email things like councils with complaints, even kind of like with schools, for instance, and getting support, SEN support for your children.
Oh, there you go. Let's do that one. Let's do that one. Let's do that one.
I can give you one. I can give you one.
Yeah, go.
Okay. I need to write a case for getting a personal budget for tutoring for my daughter who school refused most of year 7. For tutoring for my daughter due to her like ADHD and autism. You know, due to ADHD and autism. And then I kind of, would you write like, please pretend you are the SENCO writing to the council or something like that.
Do it as if you are sorry.
So
SENCO.
it's basically, it's got to come from, so this basically the SENCO needs to write to the council saying why, you know, we need a personal budget.
What is SENCO? Sorry, pardon my ignorance.
SEN, Special Educational Needs Coordinator of a school, SENCO.
Oh.
Yeah, so SENCO, yep. Do it as if you're you're a SENCO writing to the council. Yeah, so the only part that you kind of missed out would be, you know, due to missing out, you know, there was EBSA, you know, like a school refusal.
Sorry, missed out on
a lot of year 7, you know, missed out on.
Oh.
You know, so it's catch up tutoring. Yeah. That's it. Yep. Okay, let's see.
All right, I'm gonna copy this because I'm doing this in Claude first.
Okay.
And then let's see what they all do. Okay, so
That's good to actually look at different ones. It's a letter. Wow. Wow, that is so structured. It's crazy, isn't it?
It's the kind of way that SENCO would write, yeah?
Yeah, it's amazing. Look at this.
So
Gives you the argument, the background. It's fantastic, isn't it? And this is the thing.
3 hours of tutoring per week, focus on course like maths, English, and science. Initial period of 12 months with regular reviews.
Which is like, do you know what I mean? Like so often a parent like me would just like, where do I start? What do I ask for? You know, and that's actually basically what you would ask for. And again, like you said, you don't blindly go, okay, I've done it now, I'm just going to copy paste it, you know, to get the SENCO to send it. You obviously need to read it and go, is that right? Does that sound right? Is that what I want? help. Yeah,
Exactly.
you do that, and you can always change it. Oh my God, look at this. Whoa. Okay, so what's this one, Gemini?
This is Gemini, and so it's made it more personal, makes it extremely challenging for her to sustain attention in class.
Wow. I
Yeah,
like this.
I mean, this is a more heartfelt response.
Not even heartfelt. I'd say this is stronger in terms of the SEN law, in terms of the actual, law. This really seems to be a lot better because it goes back to, why, the actual SEN and how that has led to the, like that first part. Then you got the tutoring intervention justification. I believe that with the right support can make some, That's okay. That's it. I like
Now,
Gemini.
so I suspect that Gemini has been trained on more ADHD, autism,
It looks like
especially
it.
with children information than Claude. I think Claude's a bit light on it. So
Yeah, some people say, I've
and
heard, yeah, Dhiren, I was going to ask, I've heard people say for anything kind of legal, like when you're talking about kind of rights and stuff like that, Gemini is the best one, I've heard. I don't know if you.
yeah, I think so. I mean, I that's been my experience as well. Is there's certain things it's really got a lot of information on. So
This is
so
good. Look at this.
this is ChatGPT.
Wow.
You see, they're quite different, aren't they? They are quite different.
Yeah.
I think they're quite different. I mean, this one,
Oh, yeah. Impact.
yeah. So
Can I ask
this,
yeah, sorry, go on.
no, sorry, you go ahead. Sorry, Stephanie.
I just want to test this, okay? What if you say, please amend the above to refer to the specific legislative, like the SEN law, like family, I guess some parents wouldn't know what the actual legislation is called, but maybe the SEN legal framework in the UK. Please amend the above to refer to the relevant, to reference and reflect relevant provisions of the SEND, the SEND legal framework, and that applies in the UK. We'll test it out, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, if you wanted to, like, make the argument
Yeah.
for whatever reason and quote the law behind you, let's see if it can give it to us. Under the SEND Code of Practice, boom, which emphasize the necessity of tailor-made support plans for children with SEN. It requires,
And there's got the Equality Act 2010.
Well, see, this
Now,
levels the playing field. It just levels the playing field. So,
now the thing is, of course, is that because it did the first draft, you could suggest this draft. Now, here's the thing, and I really please, if you are going to use this, is that what you do need to do is
check
is copy that and then see, is there such a thing?
Yeah, no, definitely, I agree.
Right, so you put that in. There is, yeah. Okay. SEND Code Practice. What is? Okay. I wonder if
it exists.
Oh yeah. So there's this Children and Families Act 2014.
Yep, the SEND Code of Practice is under the Children and Families Act. Yeah,
Is under. So okay, you know
it
that.
definitely exists. Definitely exists. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. And then the Equality Act of 2010. Let's just make sure that exists too.
And then the last thing
it does too. Yeah, there is. Yeah.
How can you then, let's see, because at the moment this is coming from the SENCO. Can we do this? Can you write, and let's see what happens. Please pretend you are the top educational lawyer in the country writing this,
Please rewrite as if you are the top foremost authority
in education law in the UK. Let's see the difference, Mm-hmm.
We'll copy that, and so we're doing this chat GPT first. So
Yeah,
there
let's
we go.
see, because like, here's how it could reflect.
Imperative request.
Oh, very formal.
You're getting an imperative request now.
It's become it's a lot more. Look at the legalistic language. The Senate Code of Practice clearly mandates that local authorities must take steps to ensure that children with SEN receive. Yeah. So you can see the difference in the tone. It does sound like it's from a lawyer.
Yeah, ensuring that your daughter's academic journey is continued on an equitable basis, thus upholding her legal rights to an inclusive
education. Yeah.
Bang,
Yes.
bang.
Yeah.
That's pretty bang. That's pretty bang. Right.
So, I mean, I just really wanted to share this to show people. Again, quite often us ADHDers, are at a disadvantage or already disadvantaged, and so you can't maybe be able to get a lawyer or kind of understand how to write something like this. And look what you can do now, right, in terms of leveling the playing field and empowering. And this is all about ADHD Empowerment Month. Empowering. Look how AI can empower you to get the support that your child with ADHD needs, like literally can transform their lives. AI, for me,
Yeah,
I think it's an amazing leveler and empowerer.
And another thing, Stephanie, is that you can do it the reverse way. Let's say you get a very legalese document. You can scan it and attach it and say, "Can you please explain this to me in simple terms?" And it will deconstruct it.
That's so empowering, isn't it? Because again,
it is. I mean, because sometimes it's complete gobbledygook. So and if you're having, I mean, I my dad last year, my dad had to he had a cough. It went into sepsis. He had a heart attack. He went in, and then he came out, and then there was this. We got the medical discharge note, and it had all this kind of really, he had the very long medical terms. I couldn't understand what had happened to him, and so I put it in and say, "This is what's been written. Can you please explain what it means?" And it did.
Amazing.
And he said he had a heart attack. Instead of saying myocardial infarction, he basically said he had a heart attack. So, but it's a myocardial infarction. So it's really great for things like that, because sometimes you're getting things and it doesn't make sense. And and you might think that there's something wrong with you, but probably there isn't. But you can put it into AI chat, and you don't have to be concerned about whether it was or isn't something, and it will explain it to you.
Yeah, it's such a leveler, isn't it? In fact, ADHDers that can feel overwhelmed, that need support. Right. So for instance, like what we showed you with the SEN stuff and trying to get support and make the argument, it's where you couldn't do before on your own. So very much. I hope we've shown you. I'll just remove this. Hang on. I hope we've shown you how powerful AI can be. And if just to ask you guys to just be open, at least have a play. You don't have to do anything that's gonna, then go, oh God, I let that thing out. Just be curious and have a play. Maybe I had one client create something that he did himself, and then he asked ChatGPT to do it, and then he compared it, and he's like, oh my gosh, it's pretty much the same. And that's how he's now. And now he's massive into AI. But he needed to see for himself. So see for yourself, test and measure, guys. But honestly, in my experience, it's massively the game changer.
And there are different models out there, right? So the three that I showed you, ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude, and there are free versions of all of those. So give it a go. There are paid versions too if you're doing a lot. I mean, I use it very extensively in everything that I do. So I've got paid versions. But give it a go. If it works for you, it works. It will really work really well.
Yeah. And, you're not on your own with this. So what's really exciting is that we are developing a course for ADHD and AI, the ultimate body double. So if you'd like to learn how to use this incredible tool, this kind of level, that will level the playing field in every way, honestly, it's so enabling. Do register your interest. Just reach out to the ADHD Advocate via admin@thehdadvocate.com. We'll put in the link in the LinkedIn comments. We'll post the email addresses to register your interest in the course. And we're also going to be doing a special segment where we can answer your questions on AI. And we'll put the date, we'll make sure we'll put that up on LinkedIn as well. But yes, thank you for joining us.
Just one quick thing on the course. I showed you very briefly how you can create a flowchart. You can use output from one of the generative AI models and put it input into another program that uses AI. So in as part of that course is that we're showing you how to become a spreadsheet expert, become unbelievably quick and produce beautiful PowerPoint presentations, do flowcharts, generate code, write poetry that would, and all these kinds of things. So, that course will be more on practical elements and how you can actually weave different elements, different pieces of software, and actually create something that will really turbocharge your productivity.
Yeah, it's again like a body double problem solver, isn't it? Like, whatever problem you've got, chances are there's some kind of AI, right, that can help solve it and remove the obstacle that's in your way to you being able to produce something, that is uniquely brilliant. Or, there's so many things ADHDers haven't produced that's still in their desks. Like, I sometimes think, right, like if it wasn't for these obstacles that got in the way, the world would look very different, because all these amazing ideas, innovations that are locked away in ADHD desks because of obstacles, that'd be out there. And so I would say that we probably can expect a lot of pretty incredible things coming out now that we've got something to remove those barriers. So yeah, do register your interest. We can help you remove those barriers as well. And thank you for joining us. Next week, we are doing academic success in ADHD. So join us for that. But thank you very much, Dhiren.
No, thank you. It's been a pleasure. It's been a lot of fun, Steph. A lot of fun.
I know. I've got to get that plan. I'm going to get that plan out and on my wall and start following that. So thank you for that. And yeah, have a great weekend. Thanks, Dhiren.
Bye-bye.
Bye.